So here we are with the mic all buttoned up. I'm applying about 15 decibels of gain from my RME interface, and I'm talking into the front of the mic, which is the opposite from the pattern switch that we added. The reason I made that the front is just that made this side the front is because it has the diagrams for what the switch positions are. So one thing we can do here is we can check if we turn the microphone around, my voice should get quite a bit quieter. And looking at my metering, it looks like it's maybe about 10 decibels difference between the front and the back. And if we remind ourselves from our switch schematic earlier in the video, we know that that's when the rear membrane is not connected to the positive or negative voltage. So let's go ahead and switch this to one of the other modes. So I've now moved the switch so that it's in the position where it connects to our positive voltage. And this should mean that I should be able to move this microphone in any direction and talk into the top of it, talk at the bottom of it, talk at the front, the back, the sides, any direction on this microphone, and now I've got Omni mode. So that appears to be working. And the last thing we're going to do is switch to the opposite direction. And we'll just give the mic a little bit of time to sort itself out on the new voltage. But you can hear that so now we're on the negative voltage, and you can hear that my voice is still pretty loud. It's not quite as loud as it was in cardioid. I think it's like maybe a couple decibels difference. But I'm talking into the back of the mic right now, and now I'm talking into the front of the mic. And if we've done our figure 8 correctly, then I should be able to turn this to the side and see that there is a very, very null on the side of the microphone and on the top of the microphone. But that null is not present when I'm talking into the face of the microphone. So now we've verified that all three of the patterns are working. We can verify that the pad switch is working. So I'm going to flip the pad switch one way, and we should see a drop in the level. So this is one of the pad settings. This is another pad setting, and you can hear this one's quieter. So the way I set this up, let me turn the pad off. The way I set the pad switch up was that I had the biggest drop on the side that says negative 10 dB on the head basket, because that just made sense according to where it was. And now we can also flip the switch for the low pass filter, but this might not be super audible, especially because I'm on YouTube and maybe there's some filtering or compression, but So I've put the mic into cardioid mode, and I'm speaking a little bit closer to it than before. So this should make a low pass filter a lot more audible, or high pass filter, sorry. So here's one of the settings, and that should have more bass. And here's another setting that should have more bass. And then in the middle is the biggest bass cut, because we used an on-off one. So let's just put that back into one setting. And I hope you've enjoyed this project. Maybe it made recording gear a little less scary for people who are not used to making this kind of stuff, especially because most of the people who watch this channel make guitar pedals. And also maybe appreciate that when you buy a microphone, there was actually quite a bit of work that goes into making it even in something like this. I mean, this is not a terribly professional job, right? I actually used a file to make a spot for a switch on this. But the But yeah, a lot of engineering goes into just making the physical package pleasing and easy to build and easy to work with. And so when you're doing a project like this, you really get an appreciation for making a kit that's easy to build, even if you have to deviate from it to get something that you actually want to hear. Maybe sometimes it's worth it just to pay a little bit more for the kit that has all the parts and just build it as it's meant to be built. Here we go. Let's give it a real workout and record some guitar and vocals. If you go to California on the Gila River Trail, you'll hear the ghost of a 49er sing this lonesome tale. I lost you in the gold rush, dearest love of mine. There were no fortunes made for us worth leaving you behind. Each night I lay down weary and wake to work my claim, but I'd give all the gold I search for here to hear you call my name. I lost you in the gold rush many years before. There were no fortunes made for us that matter anymore. I dreamed of El Dorado, always was a fool. Now all I want is one band of gold, my love to give to you. I lost you in the gold rush and paid an awful cost. There were no fortunes made for us compared to what I lost. There were no fortunes made for us compared to what I lost. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this build diary, and maybe you'll give building a microphone a shot.